So I'm sure you've seen those videos on Facebook of those hero dogs who saved like 25 people from like a life or death situation. And it seems like these things happen a lot. Like there's a lot of talented dogs out there. I remember watching like a crime show, and apparently what happened was this lady went outside her house, probably like run errands, I don't remember. And you know, she locked the door because she was leaving, and then right like almost as soon as she got outside her house, a strange man started attacking her, and her dog saw this, right? So her dog somehow managed to unlock the door, go outside, and save her life. My dog would leave me for dead. My dog would hide, and she wouldn't care what happened. Like, she could not do that. So, I wanted to tell you guys how I somehow managed to teach my dog ASL, or American Sign Language. And now, for me, I am by no means fluent in sign language. I started teaching myself like maybe 3 years ago. And so when I started teaching myself, a few months later I started teaching my dog, right? So I know a lot of words, let's say, but I don't really know the sentence structure that well, so I can't say a lot of phrases, but that's okay because I just basically wanted to teach my dog some words. So like a little backstory about my dog. So she's a bug. She's part Boston Terrier, part pug. She's, yeah, a bit bigger in size than a pug, I would say, but she definitely has the pug eyes and the color, like, of the fur, like, the tannish color, you know what I'm saying? So we got her when she was about, like, just under 2. She's about 5 now. So when we got her, we kind of had, I guess you could say, high hopes. Like, we knew she was a little bit jumpy. She was really hyperactive, as most dogs are. But we thought, you know, when she would mellow out, she could start, you know, giving back to the community and would work like, sort of like a service dog or something. So that was kind of our idea behind teaching her some signs, some ASL. So she's about 5 now, yeah, and she has not mellowed out at all. The problem is, when she gets excited, she can't really, she doesn't let us know she has to go to the bathroom, you know what I'm saying? Like, to spare you the details, that's what happens. So my dog also has some problems concentrating, but when it comes to food, she'll do anything for food. If you are eating an apple, she'll look at you like you are eating the last piece of turtle cheesecake on the planet, and she looks at you with those pug eyes, and it's just all guilt, all guilt. She knows the sound of like every food wrapper. She knows it doesn't matter where she is in the house. If someone's eating food, she will be there in less than 3 seconds. She knows her food. So this is how I started motivating her. So now, teaching her the first sign, I taught her sit. So it's like this. So this one took a while, I would say, because it was the first time I was teaching her a sign. And so what I did is I would say the word when I would do the action, and then I would give her a treat or a piece of food, or you know. But the problem was also getting her to concentrate because she knew I had the food like beforehand, because I had to, like, you know, bribe her. But when she knows you have the food, then she loses her focus. But eventually it got to the point where she could wait till after she did the trick to get the food. So it took her probably about, I'd say, like 1 or 2 weeks to learn the first sign, sit, but after that she started catching on a lot faster. So now some other signs I taught her, they were just kind of like the basic ones, you know, and I was using some resources that were a bit out of date, like the books I had, but I also relied heavily on the internet to do these, so they might not be like 100% like accurate. So one of the signs I taught her was come here. So you start facing like down forward, and then you like go towards you, I believe. So she would come when I signed come here. We did up and down because she liked to jump up a lot. So from what I read, it was up. You just put up and down. It would go down. And she also had a bench in front of the window. So to get her to like come up and down, we would point up and she'd jump up on there and then down and she'd jump back down. And of course, these were all kind of motivated with food. Some of the signs we taught her were a bit trickier because they were like things we tried to teach her like automatically go to her food and water bowl, and a lot of the time that's not something she would do ordinarily. Like we wouldn't say like, water, Macy, go get your water. Her name is Macy, by the way. In case I forgot to mention that. And so I would do water, and she kind of knew like the general idea, like it was by her food bowl and then for like to eat. She could do that one, like I would say 60 or 70% of the time. Again, that one was hard because like I couldn't put the food in her food bowl beforehand if she was in the same room as me in the food bowl, because she would eat it before I would do the sign. Once again, you know, she's a little obsessive about food. If I was in a different room, let's say I already put the food in the food bowl and I would say, hey, Macy, then she could like go and do that. Another one, my dog likes to twirl and dance on command. Like if you say it in English, she'll do it. So I believe for dance, something like that. So we would do that and she could do it. Another one, she has this toy that's a pig squeaking toy, and she likes to sing a lot. So I believe the sign for pig is something like this. I could be wrong. The problem was she would kind of destroy these toys a lot. So that one wasn't one we used often, only when she had the toy. So that's why I don't remember it as well. So she picked up on that one really fast. So she would go and grab her pig. That one was an easy one for her. So I guess we didn't necessarily teach her a lot of signs. Like she couldn't help someone in need, I suppose, but she could respond to the signs. Maybe when she gets older, she'll do a little better. I mean, she's still, at this point, she doesn't really care about helping people. There was an incident when there was a stink bug in the room, and she just left us there. She was out so fast. But yet, the mailman is her worst enemy, and yeah, she's got quite a bit to go before she reaches service dog material. You know, I'm not even sure if she'll get there, but we'll see. If you guys have any experience with teaching your animals ASL or other languages, let me know. Tell me how you did it. I'd love to hear more about it. If you guys are into languages, traveling, au pair things, other stuff that I do, be sure to check out my channel, subscribe if you want, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Adios.